This news update is brought to you by
I'm happy. Now I'm gonna take my time. I'm happy. Enjoying myself with lime. I'm happy. Escape from reality. Yay! And let lime take care of me. We're just happy and smiling. Doing almost anything. Having fun and just living. Shopping, chilling, everything.
Get happy with Barbados' largest and fastest 4G network. Activate any Lime prepaid or postpaid mobile plan today.
This is the Barbados Today afternoon update for Thursday, October 30th, 2014. I'm Dawn Paris. Thanks for joining us.
You cannot stop me from coming in here, and I am the representative of those workers, and I come to see them. And Dr. Best can't stop me from seeing these workers in here.
Police were called in at the Barbados Community College this morning as tensions heightened at the Howells Cross Road institution for the second straight day. A visibly upset General Secretary of the National Union of Public Workers, Dennis Clark, exchanged words with management after turning up for a scheduled meeting with the union members and initially being denied entry to the compound.
Today I have not come here to create any confrontation. I come here to speak to my members. If BCC management and board were doing what they're supposed to be, what they should be doing, then we would not have a need to be here. But they are shortchanging not only the student, but they are shortchanging the tutors. And we are here to straighten it out.
Clark reportedly then parked his vehicle on the outside and walked in on a meeting that Principal Dr. Gladstone Best was holding with staff in the auditorium to discuss industrial relations matters, health and safety issues, and general concerns. Clark told Dr. Best that he had the right to meet with his members at the college since it is a public space. And word now coming to hand is that Clark says the union will again attempt to meet with its members tomorrow morning. Meantime, still on the industrial relations front, the NUPW wants all parties involved in the Parkinson Memorial School impasse to meet at the bargaining table. The call was made at a press conference this morning where Parkinson School Principal Jeff Broomes sought to bring clarity to the situation with his teaching staff. Broomes, who has fallen out of favor with teachers over his management style and other issues, says he's disappointed and upset about what's going on under his watch.
I think we need to engage, but this is not a turf war. What is right for the children? Decisions have been made, and that's what they are.
NUPW President Walter Maloney made it clear that the union, which represents Broomes, will not allow the current impasse to be treated in the same way that the Alexander School issue was handled. And he's calling on the Barbados Union of Teachers and the Ministry of Education to sit down and address the matter in the interest of the children.
This is not going to turn into some big fight between NUPW and BUT or NUPW and the ministry. We are saying there's a procedure. Let us sit down, let us discuss it, get it out of it.
So you're saying we who?
If it's NUPW, Jeff, you represent Jeff's interest. And if you think that Jeff's interest is being tarnished, then we are saying to whoever can sit with us, his employer and the union representing the other side, and we will sit down and discuss this issue. There is no reason why this should be blown out of proportion. I said before, I did not like what happened in Alexandria. I think it was badly handled.
Health Minister John Boyce says it's time for Barbadians to invest in health insurance. He says while the government is committed to providing free health care, rising costs continue to take a toll and Barbadians can no longer take health insurance for granted.
We recognize the value of health insurance and that more Barbadians participate in programs of health insurance, because by doing this you can ease the burden on the hospital to provide these services. We are committed in Barbados to, they use the term free healthcare service, but we know what that means. It means that the government has to provide the funds for this program. The insurance companies are in the business of dealing with these kind of challenges, and they do their statistics and they make the decisions. So I think Barbadians need to be encouraged in whatever small way to start making sure that they avail themselves of good health insurance that will allow them to pay for these services.
He made the comments as the Barbados Cancer Society, with the support of private donors, presented a new ultrasound machine to the Queen Elizabeth Hospital to better detect prostate cancer. Chief Executive Officer of the Queen Elizabeth Hospital, Dr. Dexter James, says Barbados has the highest rate of prostate cancer in the world based on per capita and ranks #1 in terms of mortality.
We need to step up our screening programs, and very shortly, in the month of November, I will be making a recommendation to the board, to the Honourable Minister, for us to have a 50% reduction in the cost of PSA testing at the Queen Elizabeth Hospital as our symbol and support for the initiative of men's health.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
The Barbados Food and Wine and Rum Festival, November 20th to 23rd. Taste the culinary delights of top local and international chefs like Marcus Samuelson, Anne Burrell, Tyler Florence, Roger Mooking, Michael Hines, Dane Sadler, Daphne's Restaurant, and more. The Barbados Food and Wine and Rum Festival, 5th edition, November 20th to 23rd. Visit foodwinerum.com or contact Premier Event Services Inc. at 435-0670. Get your tickets now at Wine World or Ticketpal.com.
To the region now, the Jamaica government looks set to end a wage freeze imposed on public servants. There's word that the Portia Simpson Miller administration is expected to make a pay increase offer to trade unions when it begins negotiations on a new 3-year labour agreement in 2 weeks. The government's chief negotiator, Horace Daly, says the cabinet has no plans of seeking another 3-year wage freeze for public workers, as has been the case over the past 6 years. He added that the government has already concluded work on its proposals for the public sector employees. On the international front now, violence and chaos heighten in Burkina Faso. Angry demonstrators set fire to the country's parliament to block moves by the president to extend his 27-year rule. MPs were expected to vote today on changing the constitution to allow the president to stand for re-election next year, but the protesters insist he must step down. The violence has also led to the closure of the main airport, and state television has gone off air after protesters stormed the building. Several other buildings across the capital have also been set ablaze. Well, that's where we end our Barbados Today afternoon updates. We'll be back again this evening. Until then, you remember you can log on to www.barbadostoday.bb, subscribe to our e-paper and our email updates, and like us on Facebook to get all the latest news and sports. You can also catch us on Izumi Media in bus terminals or on Screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. And you can tune in to Channel 101 on Lime TV to get all the latest news. I'm Dawn Paris. Do enjoy the remainder of your day and be back with us this evening.
This news update is brought to you by
I'm happy. Now I'm gonna take my time. I'm happy. Enjoying myself with lime. I'm happy. Escape from reality. Yay! And let lime take care of me. Whoa, we're just happy and smiling, doing almost anything, having fun and just living. Whoa, shopping, chilling, everything.
Get happy with Barbados' largest and fastest 4G network. Activate any Lime prepaid or postpaid mobile plan today.